Huge Humankind news today as the schedule for Amplified 2022 was released. In this video, we're going to cover everything from patches to DLC, news and events, but firstly, you need to know that there are 3 days. Amplitude Day is the first, Humankind Day the second, and finally Endless Day is the third. Following on, and during that there are a load of community events as well from various large streamers that you can see on stream right now. Looks like some pretty fun and interesting stuff. But what I really want to delve into in this video is Humankind Day in particular, and a little bit towards the end we'll touch on some of the others. And before I begin, in the background you can see some spicy edited new gameplay of me playing the Assyrians, and if you saw the teaser at the start you'll know there is some spicy war action in this bad boy as well. Anyway, without any further ado, let's jump straight in and firstly focus on Humankind Day, happening on Thursday the 20th of January and bringing a whole load of releases, patches and announcements along with it. Up, of course, Humankind Day Cultures of Africa DLC release. On Thursday the 20th of January, or the day later if you're living in the future like me, the first DLC for Humankind Cultures of Africa releases. It adds 6 new cultures, 4 natural wonders, a culturally constructible wonder, and 15 new in-game events. If you want to hear all about these new cultures, I'm covering them, and I have covered them on the channel, so do subscribe. And a shameless plug, I'm giving away a copy of this DLC on my Twitter right now. If you head over to Jumbo Pixel on Twitter, all you need to do is retweet and like, and so long as you're a follower, you'll be in the draw to win the Humankind Cultures of Africa DLC pack. But that is not all. The second thing, and maybe actually more surprising, we have a patch. Now, the Humankind patch is coming out alongside of the DLC. It will include AI improvements to sieges and war planning, which is fitting given the gameplay you're going to watch in this video. I think there are some improvements that are needed. You'll watch the AI make several mistakes. Here is one of them. However, the flag does make it difficult, as well as various bug fixes, and also, I should note here, a huge one for potentially lots of you watching this, the modding tools as well will be receiving another update. If you remember, these released in, I believe, a beta form late last year. We've received loads of cool mods. There's loads of great people doing really incredible things, so it's wonderful to see those modding tools receiving some bug fixes as well, and ensuring, of course, that they are compatible with all of the new cultures. However, that's not it. There's actually 3 more exciting things to be announced here. The first one, and I think the one that you will find most interesting of all, it's Humankind What's Next, a discussion where the developers, Amplitude Studios, I'm assuming, will also be sharing some of their plans on how to improve Humankind in the somewhat near future. Sounds to me like we're looking at some sort of short to medium term roadmap here, potentially with insights into announcements or patches, or even just more broadly what the studio is thinking and feeling. I love how transparent Amplitude are. I think they are brave and bold, and it's wonderful to see that they're gonna highlight some more of what we can expect, because of course, as fans of Amplitude or of Humankind, or even of the broader genre, if you're just interested in more sort of 4X and historical strategy stuff, it's always nice to know where we are headed. So thank goodness we are hearing about what's next. And the last 2 things for the Humankind Day. The first one is Meme Generator in collaboration with Chapel Comic. We present the return of the What If Humankind meme generator with brand new assets. A fun little thing to play along with. If you haven't seen it before, they did link it in their news post, so you can go and have a look at that work. And then lastly, the Cultures of Africa wallpaper pack. If you like the 6 new cultures in the DLC, they will be available in various formats to decorate your desktop and mobile screens. A little bit of fun and another free giveaway. Speaking of free giveaways and bits of fun, I would also, before we talk about the broader schedule of the day, some of the community events, and Humankind's patch update, I will quickly touch on Amplitude Day and Endless Day, because there are some really exciting both community challenges, free giveaways, and actually even an entirely free game. So let's jump in and firstly talk Amplitude Day, happening as the first day of the event on Wednesday 19th of January. Some really fun things, like some streams from Amplitude themselves and some insights into their development studio and some fun games, but also Amplitude Day itself will firstly include a Company of Heroes 2 giveaway. Amazing. A free game, a fun game, and Company of Heroes 3 is on the horizon, so why not grab it? It's a fantastical tactical strategy game. Next up, we'll have a community challenge taking place on the Games Together forums. It is, of course, the Humankind Amplitude Endless Universe forums. And lastly, also another free wallpaper to add to your collection. If you liked slapping wallpapers on your desktop, there's another one for you there. Also, at the other end of the event, before the community streams that are happening, we have Endless Day on Friday, the 21st of January. What does it have in store for you as a consumer and fan of the franchise? Well, there's something very exciting hidden in here. Not only will we hear about Endless Dungeon, the soundtrack, and also some other hero reveal rewards and votes, but crucially, take a look at this. Endless Mod for Humankind. The official Endless Humankind crossover mod that we shaped with our votes before the release of Humankind will finally be made available through mod.io. If you're sitting there scratching your head thinking, what the heck is this? Let me just quickly give you a rundown. Before Humankind released, and actually if you head over to the G2G forums, you can still see all of the remnants from this over there. There was a day one, quote unquote, mod, the Endless mod. Puppy was, as I say, vote completed over 8 months ago. It is essentially a merger, as I understand it, between the Endless Universe and Humankind. It will be, as they've quoted in their press release, made available for us through mod.io on Friday the 21st of January. It's exciting because it's an official mod out of Amplitude Studios and Humankind. So it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. And of course, for anybody who's a fan of the Endless Universe, it's a wicked way to tie together the two franchises. So I'm really excited to see it, and also quite interested to tuck into it myself and give it a whirl. Another thing I wanted to mention here on the community aspect, if you remember the schedule, which I'll post another photo of it here now on screen so you can remind yourself. It's essentially a 5-day event, and I've covered off those first 3 days, and then in the last 2 days, the weekend, you can see there are going to be guest streams from a variety of community guests. Looks like it's still a draft schedule because there isn't a lot filling that space at the moment, but I'm sure there will be moving forward. Also, just important to note the timings of all sorts of different things that are being broadcast there. I note there's a community Humankind multiplayer game from, I see some names from the team at Amplitude, so that's pretty interesting. Other things that highlighted my interest in particular were, of course, those broader deep dive chats looking at the Endless Universe, and also, of course, Humankind. Now, towards the end of this video, I want to touch on a couple of other things that are very important for the release schedule of Humankind's DLC and patch, and more broadly on the entire Amplified event. So, the Amplified event begins on Thursday, January 20th at 10 a.m. local time, I believe. Unfortunately for me, that means a lot of this stuff will be happening as I sleep. But that's a me problem, not a you problem. What you need to know is, in the first day, we have Cultures of Africa coming out, we have a patch coming out, and a discussion on what's happening next. Incredible. That is the first day. I should note the Humankind Day. There is, of course, the Amplitude Day happening earlier. One thing I didn't quite cover off in the start of this video that I want to provide a little bit more detail on now is the Community Challenge. We know that with the start of the Community Challenge, when Amplified kicks off on January 19th, there will be a broad challenge that's going to track not just every game of Humankind, but also every game of Endless Space 2 and Endless Legend. Starting from Wednesday at 4 p.m. CET, all of the progress that we make as a community will contribute towards unlocking in-game rewards for Humankind, such as new player emblems or a new persona. We're going to need to tune in on Wednesday, again, 4 p.m. CET, to hear more about that. I think in a nutshell, what can we take away from the announcements we've heard, and what, crucially, am I looking forward to and really focusing on the most? Let's cover that off in the end of the video. Firstly, you will have a free game, Company of Heroes 2, on Wednesday the 19th of January, and you can start your community challenge. There are, of course, wallpapers and all sorts of giveaways throughout as well, so it's definitely worth at least tuning in and engaging at a little bit of, a small level, I think. Secondly, and the big day for many of you watching, will be Humankind Day. Again, DLC, patch, what's next, meme generator, wallpapers, you name it, we've got it, let's talk. Then we have Endless Day, of course. I've covered that in detail already, but it's that mod that I'm most looking forward to. And it is also really worth covering off some of those community events that I flashed up onto your screen at the start of the video. There are two that you'll find most interesting. Firstly, there's Pass the Torch, where three very popular Humankind players and broader people on the internet will be sharing a game of Humankind, taking it over at different points. Can our rulers unite their visions for Humankind and lead our people to greatness? Tune in to find out. And then also happening sort of after it, or slightly at the same time, is Push Humankind Too Far by Mubs. We've all tried to push Humankind to fame and fortune, but what if you try and push it to the brink of destruction? Looks like this event will be about ruining the world quickly. Looking forward to seeing some of that as well. Hey, that concludes this video. Loads of Humankind Amplitude, endless announcements. Thank you very much for watching. And of course, do stick around for plenty more Humankind content right here on what I'd hope to be one of Humankind's premier sources for information, gameplay, etc. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.